Secondly, may I know if you can challenge the appointment of Mr. Benedict as an arbitrator? I think it's unfair for him to be the arbitrator.
In regard to this issue, I can see that there are few grounds for you to challenge the appointment of Mr. Benedict as an arbitrator. Firstly, as according to Section 14 Sub 3 Para A of Arbitration Act and Rule 11.1 of Arbitration Rule, no arbitrator appointed can be challenged unless it is discovered that the circumstances has led to justifiable doubts as to the arbitrator's impartiality or independence. In such, you and your family have to cast a justifiable doubt on Mr. Benedict's impartiality to challenge his appointment. Also, in the case of Lokokwa against Persatuan Kanak-Kanak Spastik Selangor, the court has laid down a test, namely Halliburton's test, which requires a fair-minded and informed observer to assess all of the facts before deciding if there is a possibility for the arbitration tribunal to be biased. In this case, Mr. Benedict's identity as a shareholder of a subsidiary company of MCB Steel Incorporated is kind of doubtful because of his financial interest in MCB Steel Incorporated. Due to such relationship between Mr. Benedict and MCB Steel Incorporated, it is hardly for a fair-minded and informed observer to believe that he will make an impartial decision, especially when the circumstance is unfavorable to MCB Steel Incorporated.
I see. Other than that, is there any other ground for us to challenge?
Yes. The second reason why you can challenge Mr. Benedict's appointment is because he has failed to disclose his identity to you all before being appointed as an arbitrator. In the case of Yusuf Holmes bin Abdullah against public prosecutor, it is a must for an arbitrator to disclose his impartiality and independence pursuant to Section 14 Sub 1 of Arbitrations Act as well as Rule 10.2 of Arbitration Rule. Thus, breaching of duty to disclose by Mr. Benedict has raised a doubt as it is highly possible for him to attempt manipulating the result of the arbitration if he is successfully appointed as an arbitrator due to his financial interest in MCB Steel Incorporated.
Alright, Mr. Tan. By the way, is there any other timeline requirement need to be obeyed?
Yes, there is. As according to Section 15 Sub 1 of Arbitration Act, it has been stated that one shall send a written statement to the arbitral tribunal within 15 days if he or she wishes to challenge the arbitrator's appointment after realizing there is a justifiable doubt. Besides, Rule 11.2 of Arbitration Rule also requires the applicant to deliver a written notice, which is also known as a challenge notice, specifying the reasons for challenge to the arbitrator, who is to be challenged within 15 days from when the justifiable doubt is being aware of. In the instant case, Mr. Benedict's identity was discovered on 10th of April. Since you all have applied to challenge his appointment 4 days later, which is on 14th of April, the requirement of the 15 days limitation has been fulfilled, and so it can be regarded as a valid challenge.
Thank you so much for a comprehensive explanation, Mr. Tan.
You are most welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Bobo. Do you have any other questions? Please do not hesitate to...
Created using Powtoon.